And good evening, everyone. I'm Darren Rovell from the Action Network. We are trying something new tonight with the memorabilia market so hot, with the Michael Jordan market so hot, with the Kobe Bryant market, just people wanting to get a piece of anything from his career as well. We are doing a play-by-play of what is one of the most anticipated auctions I've ever been a part of. Ken Goldin has done this for years, and he owns Goldin Auctions. And we're going to kind of take you through tonight. We're going to talk about everything that's going on. We're going to give you a live update on what things are selling at. The auction will close for the initial bids at 10 o'clock. So that's 28 minutes from now. And then there'll be extended bidding, which each lot closes after 30 minutes of no bidding, but it could go on and on. But we'll be here until at least 11:30. So I want to bring in Ken Goldin. Ken, how you feeling right now? And is this market? I think we thought it was the Jordan market. It's actually not. It's the whole market, right?
It's everything. I mean, we've got a Mike Trout card over $500,000, for example. Most valuable Mike Trout card ever sold. It's Lebron, it's Jordan, it's Kobe, it's Babe Ruth, it's Lou Gehrig. It's really everybody. What's happened is, a lot of, to me, I think with the ups and downs of the stock market, the ups and downs of the economy, a lot of people have said, hell with it. I don't want to have my money in something I can't control. I want to have my money in collectibles. I'll enjoy it. It's got a good history. It's limited. It doesn't, it doesn't depend on what somebody else is going to do in the marketplace, or what the president does, or what China does, or anything else like that.
You think, because when I've discussed it with my friends, they say to me, some of this doesn't make sense in that it's at our worst economy maybe ever.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying that some of this might have to do with, one, I'm bored, I'm at home, I'm nostalgic, but two, also, and I know we've always talked about cards in this sense, but a real sense that this is a marketplace difference, right? Like the stock market is not, this is where you can invest, right?
Yeah, hold on a second. You got to realize I'm conducting a live thing, so if I get
you want to go,
if I'm looking somewhere or dealing, okay, good. That beep was not me. I heard a ding, and I thought that was me.
My ding. That was my ding.
Okay. So, yeah.
So people are finally saying what Forbes and everyone has written about the whole time, which is cards as an alternative investment. You think people are really?
Yeah, okay. Cards are 100% alternative investment. Okay, you look at the T206 Honus Wagner, for example. Do you realize every single time that card has changed hands since basically 1910, the seller never has lost money.
Lost money
at any point in time. So you look at it, and then you look at some of these cards, like the basketball cards, etc., especially in the basketball memorabilia, are a worldwide phenomenon. And if you buy the right thing, it is so limited. But what's happened is I know this because I talk to the hedge fund managers. I talk to the venture capitalists. I got one guy. I don't know. Listen, I don't know if he's worth 300 million or 700 million. Okay, but I talked to him, and he says, I saw this Corona thing. I sold all my stock when the Dow went below 26,000. I got everything. I don't know when I'm putting it back. I've got all my money in the sidelines right now. I want to buy something that I can control. I want to buy something I can enjoy. The other thing is, guess what? They have no place to spend money. They can't go to Vegas and gamble.
True.
They can't go to Atlantic City and gamble. There's no sports to bet on right now. There is they're not taking the trips to Italy. They're not taking the trips to Europe. So this is something, it's a release for them. It's something they can spend money on. It's something they can enjoy. And I am telling you that we are definitely getting a lot of new people into the hobby as a result of this and what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and this is one of the reasons why we're covering this more. I mean, I've obviously been in memorabilia for a long time, but also because this is like betting, isn't it? Yep. I mean, there's a direct connection there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people I know that they it's funny, they'll play fantasy sports, they'll bet sports, they'll bet other things, and we want to call it betting, but they'll speculate. Like they'll go out and buy 100 Giannis rookies. Some people, I know somebody was lucky. He was buying up every single Jordan 9 he possibly could. At one point in time, he had about probably 25 Jordan PSA 9 rookies and was hoping to see if they can convert to 10s. I don't know how much luck he had, but even if he just held all the 9s, he did great.
That's all my dings, by the way. I'm dinging like crazy.
No problem. So I'm going to go tend to a little bit of business here.
You go, and we're going to go through the auction and go through things that are flying. So I'm going to get my list up and take everyone through this if you can. Thanks, Ken. We'll,
Sounds great. I'll be back with you.
Stop by when we have something big. All right. So I just kind of want to take you through what we're looking at tonight. I'm going to start with kind of the highest price things. Each of these things have a 20% buyer's premium on top of them. So that's not what would be the final price. So let's do, I am now going to do this. Hold on. We're working a little slow. The first card I want to talk about is the Mike Trout card. This card has been so hot. It's at $425,000 right now with the buyer's premium. I mean, it's a $500,000 card. That is the highest price thing in the auction right now. So we are looking at that card. There you see it, Mr. Mike Trout, one of the hottest guys in baseball. That is number one. We have a LeBron James jersey from 03-04, his rookie season. Currently, that is at $230,000. So that is it's matched to 2 games, one on November 7th, one on November 12th from his rookie season. Third thing I want to bring you up on is lot number 210, which is very intriguing. These are 3 unopened wax boxes from a Midwest find. It is the 86-87 Fleer, which is driving people absolutely insane. Okay. And right now, those boxes are at $200,000 for the 3. And then there's another lot with another 3. Now, this is one of the most amazing stories you're going to hear. You guys know the story about Mickey Mantle and the 1952 Topps. And one of the reasons why the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle was worth so much money is because they couldn't sell the damn thing. He was in the high series. They couldn't sell it. And they dumped it off a barge in Staten Island. And that contributed to the rarity of it all. These boxes here were $6 a piece in 1986-87. I love Michael Jordan, but, the truth is that we were all in the baseball cards at the time. I'd rather buy a 1986 Fleer baseball pack for 50 cents than a Fleer basketball pack for 50 cents. Come 1988, by the way, these things were like 10 cents a pack. I remember at my local Hess station. Couldn't get rid of them. In fact, one of the dealers, who was a dealer at the time, told me last week that he got $6 back from Fleer, sent them all back and got the credit because no one would buy a pack. Again, these are now at $66,000. $66,000 a piece. So the record is 90. What is it? The record is 80,000 a box. And so that's what's going on here. The record could be set. Now let's go to the Kobe ring. The Kobe ring is now at $161,000 before buyer premium. It's the 2000 Lakers ring. And given to his parents, and that's at $161,000. 2000 Laker ring, Kobe Bryant. This stuff is a lot of Michael Jordan, but also a lot of Kobe Bryant throughout. Then we have lot number 315, which is the Jordan Exquisite card. These cards, I think this was the $500 a box, which was essentially a pack, and the Jordan with a cut up piece of jersey, as you'll be able to see. That's at $122,000 before the buyer's premium. That's not really a surprise. This was expected. I'm more of a whole jersey guy. instead of a cut-up jersey, but people like this. It's graded. It's very limited edition, and so the Jordan Exquisite is there. The next one is the Kobe Chrome Refractor. It's his rookie card, currently at $92,000. The Chrome Refractors are kind of big. I had stepped over that entire era because I got out of cards in 92 and it was all angry. But limited edition, hard to get in good condition, and this one certainly is. Then we have the Jordan 86-87 Fleer rookie in Gem Mint 10. Just last week, the record was broken again. This is insane. I mean, the record for the Jordan card was $52,000 a month ago. This card with buyer's premium is 81 is at $95,000. Sorry, $96,000. So this is the all-time record for this card. PSA has about 316, I believe, of the Gem Mint 10s that exist in the world. And this is the number
312.
312. Thank you, Ken. 312. And this card is skyrocketing, and everyone needs to have it, and they need to have it now. Then I'm going to take you to lot 197, which is the Moon Shoe. So for people who are interested in shoes, and many are, the Moon Shoe was basically the first Nike prototype shoe. They've been traded for a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm told this Moon Shoe comes from a guy who was essentially one of the high school athletes in Oregon, and they have already sold the Moon Shoe that was the first Moon Shoe to cross at a race. This is important because this Moon Shoe was essentially given to a high school athlete in the area. He eventually went to University of Oregon, but this is one of the first made Moon Shoes. And it is gorgeous. It is in pretty good condition for being 50 years old, and that swoosh is just amazing. Then we'll get lot number 1, which is the Kobe 2001 NBA Finals shoes. Those are the shoes that you see in the photo when Kobe's holding the trophy in the NBA, I think in the locker room with his hideous leather jacket on. It wasn't hideous in 2001, or maybe it was. So the shoes were also hideous. They're the bulky Adidas shoes. And they're at $30,000 right now before buyer's premium, also signed by Kobe. Let's see. We have, if you want to get an 86 Fleer pack, which again is in the $2,000 to $3,000 range, you could do the 86 Fleer pack, which is graded and has a Jordan on top. Again, these packs are going for $2,000-$3,000 each. And the Jordan, there's about 3 Jordans in a box. There's about 3.5 stickers in a box on average. And this has a Jordan on top, card number 57. Who knows what condition it is, but it is an unopened pack, $28,000 right now. Then we have a Kobe rookie jersey, really nice piece, really nice provenance. Currently at $26,000 before buyer's premium. The Kobe 8 with the 3D, just one of many Kobe rookie jerseys in here. This is probably the nicest. I'm going to take you to lot number 93, which is probably outside the Air Jordan 1s. The most popular Jordans, they're their Jordan 11s, the one that Jordan wore in 95, 96. These are game-used Jordan 11s, and they've actually doubled throughout the day at $24,000 right now. And then I have the Kobe jersey, which is at $33,000 right now. This is the modern-day jersey, the one closest to modern day. He played with it in 3 games in 2014, and that is currently at $33,000. And finally, or we have 2 more. I'm going to bring you to lot number 8, which is really cool. We have a scorer sheet from Kobe's career high, 81 points, signed by Kobe. Really nice piece. Documents don't go crazy, but this one, who knows? Sky's the limit here. And finally, in between a Detroit Pistons game and a Indiana Pacers game in the final season, the last dance, the last chance. Michael Jordan went to Trump, Indiana casino for some gambling. It is a $15,000 wire signed by Jordan at the casino, which now becomes available. And as of now, in full disclosure, I am the leading bidder, currently at $11,000 with buyer's premium. Anyway, that is the run of show. Those are all the items that we're going to be looking at. We'll be checking in with Ken. Again, there's 13 minutes left until people get their initial bids in. You have to get your bid into a lot to be part of the extended bidding, which again, to set it up again, it's 30 minutes until there's a bid. So if there's a bid, it resets again that lot for 30 minutes. If there's not a bid for 30 minutes, it will close. We're also looking at a nice Jerry Rice rookie. By the way, that's up to 24,000. It's a PSA 10, pretty good. And so what we're doing is we're basically following as things are coming in. We're following bids that are happening. It should come in fast and furious over the next 12 minutes for sure for people wanting to get in. What have I bid on? I bid on that gambling marker from Jordan, and I also bid on a paycheck that the Yankees gave Wally Pipp, who Wally Pipp, of course, was replaced by Lou Gehrig. Wally Pipp had a headache, and Lou Gehrig then proceeded to play 2,130 straight games. Okay. So I'm going to talk to my producer here now. Ev, are you getting are you getting the most recent bids? The most recent bids. Yes. You're getting that page? You are. Okay. I've slowed to a crawl on that page. So, anything of note that I should out of any of our lots? Did we get 1829, by the way? Did I miss that?
No, it's there. It's
the Jordan jersey. So that
170,000 right now.
Okay, so that the MJ jersey, that 1829 is at 170,000 right now. I think that could go completely bonkers. That has a chance to go completely bonkers right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go on my phone now to get some of the bids coming in. Hope you guys are enjoying this. There's a lot of adrenaline running through my body. I've been watching auctions for 20 years. And this is exciting. Hopefully with people at home and people buying merchandise and going through their nostalgia. It's really great to see with so much down an industry like this just popping, and something that I obviously enjoy and you guys out there enjoy as well. Okay, so we are going to let you know of things that come in as they come in. Again, 10 minutes until the first bids have to get in order for you to be able to bid on that lot. Okay. There are so many people loading up this website right now. I think I'm done on bidding. Oh, there's John F. Kennedy's hair. John F. Kennedy's hair is also on this. Yeah, we're this. Yeah. JFK's hair you can buy. I think there's so many people getting onto the site right now. We're having problems kind of uploading. I just got back in. Yeah, one of my friends just said the Trout card is incredible. Yeah, it is. You know, that's one of those things that I did not see this Trout card coming. But when it turned in these auctions, I mean, the amount of money that this thing is selling for, despite being only a couple years old, is outrageous. Is just absolutely outrageous. So the Trout cards there's so many things. If you guys could get in the next 8 minutes, one of the things you do if you want to get into this memorabilia business, you don't have enough money, you go to the top of the list and you basically say, all right, let's see, I'm going to go to the lowest price items and just kind of sort through there, get through there. And you'll see something. Derek Jeter has kind of been a value throughout this, which is amazing, given that he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He is a Hall of Famer. So it's kind of amazing that if you go to the bottom of this, there's some signed Derek Jeter stuff that is pretty good. Those Fleer boxes still hanging at 200. The ring still at 161, which, by the way, that ring with the buyer's premium, again, a buyer's premium is 20%. That ring is at 193. Wow, that's amazing. And obviously has Bryant on the side, issued to his parents. All right. Have you getting into the site here?
Not yet.
Okay. Things will probably loosen up a little bit in the next 7 minutes. This is where
we are extending the deadline to 10:30 because the site's slow. We're hoping to try and fix it.
Okay.
So we're extending it to 10:30.
So
I'm muting this.
Okay. So the deadline is being extended another 30 minutes because the site is getting so jammed. Yes. Wow, everything's popping. There's a lot of Rick Fox in here. Rick Fox needs a little bit of love. Yes, so I'm resetting again. We are being extended another 30 minutes because the site is slow, but it appears to be back up for some people. We're trying to. Ev, do you have most recent bids coming in?
I do.
I can't help with anything right now.
No, I got. What do you have? Anything coming in of our ones?
Let's see. Let's put on here. It looks like we have 425,000 for the Trout, which we can put on screen right now.
Right. The Trout is 425. LeBron jersey still 230 you have?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Still 230 there.
All right. There's inevitably going to be some silence here. I'm trying to run the show as fast as I can. There's a lot of Kobe jerseys. That one from 14-15 from the 3 games is still at 33,000. Can we put up the 81 point, the lot number 8 again and show that to everyone?
Sure. So right here, there it is on the list. So here 16,000.
Right. So you see some of the prices here. This is before buyer's premium. It's at 16,000 right now for a document. That is pretty amazing. And there you see it right there. The official scores report from his 81 point game, January 22nd, 2006, highlighted right there. Started at 1,500, up to 16,000, and that is with the buyer's premium, $19,200. That is for something that, the official scorers report. You get that if you're on press row, but of course it is signed by Jordan. All right. What are we at? Is the Fleer rookie? We're still at the Fleer. Any changes to our list?
Let's take a look. Let's reload the page and see exactly where we're at as we go here. The last time I saw it, I saw the 86-87 Fleer MJ card was at 81,000.
Right. So the MJ card, that MJ card is still at 81,000, which with buyer's premium, again, that is the record, the 86-87 Fleer with buyer's premium. I misspoke last time. That is $97,200. $97,200. So that is a new record for a PSA 10. There's actually a Beckett 10, which is harder to get, that sold for $100,000 years ago. The Jordan Concords, I think, are still at 24,000. Those are shoes that he wore 95, 96. Jordan shoes are really hard, especially Air Jordan 1s, which people want. They disintegrate. The styrofoam's a little bit sketchy. The shoes later on are much better than anything from, say, 85 to 88. Jordan's 1, 2, 3. But we got to give a nod to my friend Jordy Geller, who is of Shoeseum, who is selling his shoes, Air Jordan 1 signed by Michael Jordan. Currently, those are at $200,000, which just unreal, and that closes tomorrow morning. Actually closes noon on Sotheby's if you don't get in here. All right.
Honestly, Darren, when I go through each of these items, my favorite item is that Kobe ring, and I just keep going back to how amazing that ring looks and how I would love to own that ring. It's just out of all the items.
Yeah. So the Kobe ring is unreal. I mean, the Kobe ring is definitely unreal. To be able to have that family member. So this is how it works. A player will get a ring. The team will buy the ring for them. Players can then deal with Jostens, or I know the Lakers have gone through Jacob the Jeweler. They can then order a certain amount of rings. And this is one of them, gifted to his parents, actually gifted to his mom. And it is the real deal.
Right now, it's 161,000. The minimum bid was 15.
Right, 161,000 for that. The minimum bid was $15,000. That clearly was over 100,000. I think this is going over 200,000. So we'll have to see about that. Let's bring up the Moon shoes again. Again, these are the first Nikes. So when Phil Knight in 1972 started Nike, he originally sold Onitsuga Tiger shoes. He was distributor from a shoe company in Japan. Him and Bill Bowerman got together. If you haven't read the book Shoe Dog, you certainly should do that. And they started Nike. They hired, in 1971, they hired a Portland State design student named Carolyn Davidson. I actually have her autograph in my collection. She did the famous swoosh for $35. Don't worry, she later got paid, so don't get upset for her. And that was that, and the rest is history. So these shoes that you see here are the first Nikes that were ever made for track athletes. This was worn by Thomas McChesney, who was on the 71 to 73 Oregon team, but he was also in the local area and had tried these out before they gave them to Nike athletes. Has the famous waffle iron at the bottom, and that Bill Bowerman used his wife's waffle iron to get the bottom of the shoe, the traction. They're there. They are in decent condition for 50 years. Not only do you get the Moon shoes, you get the full Oregon track set. And currently that is at $70,000. These Moon shoes over time have sold for over $100,000. Let's go to the LeBron James jersey, which is lot number 91. This is one of LeBron's jerseys, $230,000. It's from his rookie year, which obviously holds more value. This is probably going to be the second highest LeBron jersey ever sold. His All-Star Game jersey from this past year was sold by the NBA for $630,000. So we'll have to see on that one. And there it is. It's nice. It's a beauty. It's vintage Cavs LeBron. And you know what? People are saying, hey, if I can't get Jordan at a good price, I can't get Kobe at a good price. Is LeBron the next? LeBron's prices are already huge. So people are already then going down another layer saying, hey, it's just going Luka Doncic. Am I getting in on Zion Williamson? So it's very hard to kind of get ahead of this business, especially now. I mean, eBay's on fire. This auction's on fire. It is tremendous. Let's go to the lot number 1, Kobe 2001 shoes. So these shoes are from the 2001 championship. Obviously, there was 99, 2000, 2001. And Kobe was still with Adidas at the time and was wearing these clunky shoes. These are the shoes that he wore in the clincher and was famously taking a picture of him clutching the trophy with these shoes. And they are photo matched to the game, which for anyone new in memorabilia, basically they take the shoes and they show that it's from that game, both in color and look. And then it's signed by Kobe. Kobe kept that signature, obviously changed out to number 8. One of the biggest stories of my career, by the way, was when I broke that Kobe was changing from 8 to 24. That was a one source story, believe it or not. And I was very nervous about it, but the source was too good to be true. So that is signed by Kobe right now at $30,000. I expect that to go up. All right. Ev, do we have any, or can we get in at all or no right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at the page right now. Those
right,
Kobe's are up to 33,000.
Okay, so those Kobe Bryant shoes are up to 33,000. So that's very interesting. I'm really willing. Can we go to lot 1829? This is a 96-97 Michael Jordan game used photo match Chicago Bulls black road uniform. Comes with the shorts, very rare. Normally just comes with the jersey. It's from April 13th, 1997. It is the only photo match jersey matched to a 96-97 season for Jordan. And the shorts actually matched to 12 games, which is very interesting. So the problem with the Jordan jerseys are that you can't it's hard to match them to games. And since he gave out a lot of jerseys, if you don't match it to a game, it's very difficult. It is very difficult. So this is actually matched to a game. I think that gives it extreme value. And that, again, we're still at 170 on that. Right, Ev?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay. All right.
Do you think, my question for you on that Jordan jersey is, like, is this something where when they extend it till 1030, is it going to get to 200, 250? Like, what can this extension do?
So we're going to have to see what happens. Again, site's running a little bit slow. This is the first play-by-play we've ever done. Ken Goldin just told us with 8 minutes to go, it would have run out at 10 o'clock, that they're going to extend it to 10:30. Obviously, the site is getting slammed. People don't know what to do. They're sitting at home. They want to get into the merchandise business. Why is the Action Network doing this? Why am I doing this? Because this is definitely a version of betting. This is also like the stock market. Listen, I always say I worked at CNBC from 2006 to 2012, and I always say that the stock market is not as clear cut of a game as sports betting is, and that's because, say DraftKings reports their earnings as they did on Friday, and they beat expectations. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they don't surpass the whisper number. Maybe an analyst is happy. Maybe an analyst isn't. Maybe the shareholders are happy. There's not a definite win or loss in sports. When you gamble, there's a win and a loss. And so I think that's definitely something that people think about in memorabilia, where they love to, unlike shares, they love to have something physical to show. And I would just say everyone out there who's just getting into memorabilia, what's going on? I would just say everyone out there who's just getting into memorabilia, I would say if you buy a piece, don't just buy it for the investment, buy it for the love of it. I have a check collection. I collect checks. They have amazing stories to it. I break it out for anyone who wants to see. And it's awesome. So love what you collect, and the more you can get into this and enjoy. I think enjoyment is a big part of this. I think we're looking for things to enjoy, and so that is definite. That's definitely part of this. And it's amazing that this time and this renaissance is happening at the time that we're going through this economic crisis. You would think, okay, maybe people are just going to hoard cash through the uncertainty. No, they love this.
Dan, let's go back to the check for a second. Well, why is that something that you want a part of your collection?
Okay, all right. So let's go back to the Trump check. Get me to 1830. Currently at $11,000. I am the leading bidder. So the reason why I want to get into the check is, you always hear about, when you think about stories, when I think about checks, it has to be a story. So I have Amelia Earhart paying for nose surgery. I have Babe Ruth paying for what would be $10,000 in alcohol. There's got to be a story to it. Actually having a wire from Michael Jordan from Trump, Indiana, the Trump adds a little bit to it, that you could actually match the dates between, he went to the Pistons game, and in between the Pistons game, he went to Gary, Indiana, to Trump, bet, and then it matches the dates of, and then he would go to the Pacers game. And the fact that he did it while he was an active athlete. If this is from 2007, I'm not bidding on this. You get that, Ev? If this is from 2007, I am not bidding on this. But the fact that it happened, and I think during the Last Dance season, a beautiful Michael Jordan signature, plus Trump. I wish the dollar figure was a little bit higher, to be honest with you. 15,000 was like he probably came with 100,000 cash, just speculating, allegedly. But 15,000 is kind of measly. I mean, that was for one last hand as he went out. The Jordan gambling stories are legendary. I would like to have
Darren, what I need to know is, did he cover against the Pacers the next day? That's all I'm
we should see that, whether he covered against the Pacers the next day. That would be a big one. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel bad even talking about it because I don't want to lose it. But
it's up to 12,000 right now.
Oh, so someone passed me already. Someone passed me already. It's up to 12,000. Man, I am not leading this auction now. And then with 12,000, then you got to figure out the buyer's premium, right? So little math. Yeah, it's 14.4. It's now getting into the range where I'm sweating, to be honest with you. So we have 20 minutes to go. The site is a little bit slow here.
I'm looking at it right now, and everything seems like it's the only thing that I'm waiting for, and I haven't seen move yet, is that Trout card.
The Trout card has not moved. Again, with the buyer's premium, that Trout card is $510,000, and the record for a Trout card is $400,000. So $500,000. 510 for that Trout card. Man, I'm sweating. This is exciting.
Darren, are you going to bid on that Trump again? Why not? If it's only 12, I mean, take a second. I can entertain the audience if you want to. You're sweating over there. Look at you.
I mean,
I'm getting.
It would not be the most expensive thing I ever bought at an auction was the $27,000 for the Apollo 11 newspaper signed by the three athletes. It just made me nervous to hold that. I don't know.
See, that's a different one. That's a different one too. That's history. This is sports intricacy. This is different.
Evan, do you think I assume people aren't hearing you, right? I'm just hearing you?
No, everywhere. I believe
okay.
I am on air. People are hearing
you're on air. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like I have some sort of responsibility to win it so that I could bring it the first day that we're back to work. You know?
I mean, you just need it above your wall, to be honest. This is such a Rovell check that
it is. It's worth more to me than whoever the guy is bidding against me. You know?
Yeah, it belongs in your lid's closet behind you.
Man, I might charge you for this night if I wind up bidding on that. The good thing is I'm not leading anything else. I did bid on the Michael Jordan signed shoes. I let that go. I let a Mets official lineup signed by Davey Johnson from '86. I let that go. So far I've let the Wally Pipp thing go.
Wait, explain that. What is the Wally Pipp? What is that?
So while it's a Wally Pipp check that was selling for way under value. This morning it was at like $200. Wally Pipp, of course.
Hey, listen, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, the site was overwhelmed. We are rebooting, and we're going to do extended bidding. It's going to start at 11 o'clock.
Okay. So there you have it.
I gotta go.
Got it. Thank you. All right. So there's now till 11 o'clock. Ev, we're doing this till I'm sitting here till 2 o'clock.
Listen, we're here. We're around. We're live. We're not going anywhere, guys.
All right. So hopefully they're rebooting the website. I am. Let's see here. So the story with the Pipp, it's just a check, but Wally Pipp's autograph is not really that available, and he comes with a great story. And you know I love great stories. So Pipp actually helped Miller Huggins scout Lou Gehrig, the guy who in 1925 replaced him after Pipp, who was good. Pipp, who was good, got replaced by Gehrig after Pipp had a headache. Now, there's various versions of the story, whether it's true or not. I mean, it's kind of like a Rudy story, whatever. But Pipp never got back on the field at that position. Gehrig played 2,130 straight games until that was broken. Cal Ripken, of course, that famous 2-1-3-1 around Camden Yards. But his signature is pretty rare. He died in 1965, obviously way before card shows, and people just used him kind of as a joke. I do think he's similar to Bill Buckner in a way, in that the only time people mention his name, the only time people mention Bill Buckner's name is seemingly going through the legs, Game 6 of the 1986 World Series. Wally Pipp is always mentioned with the Lou Gehrig story. Wally Pipp was actually a really good player. But he is thrown to that part of history just because.
And that's the biggest issue with Buckner, known for one play, but he was actually a pretty good player.
He almost had 3,000 hits. Had a great career with the Cubs, played with the Angels, played with the Red Sox. And they're rebooting the site. So I think the site is down right now. So stick with us. What have we not talked about enough? Let's talk about let's go back because I think people are coming in and out. Let's go back to lots number 210 and 211. So I got to tell you what it was like in 1986. So in 1986, which was the first year I started collecting, we just wanted to do, baseball cards. No one was doing basketball. So people who say like, oh, but I would have been into Michael Jordan. I would have been anyone who you talk to was in the industry in 1986. That's really when the card shows started popping. I did not see one Michael Jordan rookie. at a card show in 86, 87, 88. I just didn't. We were all into baseball, and given the choice of a 1986 Fleer baseball pack and a 1986 Fleer basketball pack, 100 out of 100 times, 100 out of 100 times, this thing would be, I would take the baseball. So that's what happened. This was $6 a box. And now it became, now tonight, these are currently at $66,000 a box. There's 2 auctions with 3 boxes each, and then a separate box. This was a find that the Goldin guys found in the Midwest. It was a storage find. By the way, the box that these boxes came in, there's no cards, is currently at like $900, which is, again, such a joke because these things were such garbage that people would return them to Fleer for $6 a box. Currently at $66,000. They might break records tonight. It's one of my favorite stories.
And to explain to the people who don't understand, so like you can get random cards in there. You could get the 57 Jordan. You could get
right.
all sorts of players, right?
So there's only 132 cards in the pack, even though you get 36 packs in here, which means that in an average box you get 3 Michael Jordan rookies and 3.5 stickers. The sticker has been selling a PSA 10 sticker. So the best gem mint sticker has been selling for $20. You can't get a PSA 10 Jordan, which is card number 57, for anything less than $45, $50. And again, the one here is going for $97,000, which is a PSA 10 record. Beckett Grading Services did have a 10 that sold for $100,000 years ago. I would just be careful. I really know that there's a lot of people who are getting into the industry for the first time. The most counterfeited signature is now Michael Jordan over Babe Ruth. And the most counterfeited card is this 86-87 Fleer. Now, he has an 84-85 card put out by Star, which people say they don't consider it his real rookie. Well, why? One of the reasons is because they came in bags, they came in team sets, they did not come in packs, and they did not come in a set that you could buy. So a lot of people don't consider it a mass release. And you're like, well, why is this rookie 86-87 if his rookie year was 84-85? That's why, even though the Star cards came out in 84-85. The Star cards also have a counterfeiting issue. So after Jordan became the truth in 86-87, the Star people said, oh, yeah, we still have those printing plates. And they printed cards past. I mean, this is obviously like a no-no in the industry. They printed cards 3 years later. The reason why the card, the Star card, I think it's number 101, the Star card with him rebounding under the basket or him under the basket. The reason why that card rues the day is because, and that card is the one that people still pay for, is because that card supposedly wasn't reprinted. But I just say, be careful buying these things raw, which is just in a case. The counterfeiting is great. There's a lot of people who want to take advantage of you. Just be careful. Caveat emptor. So I hope people do that, and I hope there's not a lot of fraud in the industry. Ev, it looks like we're back. That we're back up here on this.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the MJ PSA 10, the rookie card at 81,000 right now on the screen. I mean, to me, it's the most famous card out there. It's the only card that when you talk about collecting and you talk about the unicorn is what I like to call it. Like, it's the only thing I ever hear of and talk about.
Yeah, I mean, basketball cards still aren't like the thing, but obviously, this card, what a card too, of Jordan jamming like that. I mean, he's almost so far away from the rim. You're like, is he going to finish that? How funny would that be if he didn't finish that shot?
Come on now.
It is always funny to me though, how and I know people are like, Jordan in this era, there was 10% of the NBA who couldn't play in the NBA today. Like, it's so funny that every time he's on like a card or a collectible and he's dunking, like the other people are looking at him. Like, I'm not trying to make that case, but it's like people are like in awe, like, whoa, like if it was today, wouldn't there be someone like jumping up trying to slam it back in his face?
Yeah, people fight against LeBron, but I feel like Kobe kind of had a little bit of that as well at the end of his career. Like people just stepping back and watching him shoot.
Agreed. And certainly in that last game.
Certainly.
Okay. Let's see. Most bids. Yep. Yeah. Talking to my guy from TriStar, and he says when players, when they're a huge autograph company and memorabilia company, and they say when a player is shown a card, they know exactly where that photo was taken. He bets Jordan knows. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to go to most recent bids. Have you coming up on that? Is that working for you?
I'm just looking at the updated page right now and just refreshing to see when the final bids come in. As extended bidding has been done, so I'm sure most
stuff's extended bidding is now till 11:30. 11 Eastern time. So what is it? 37 minutes from now. And then after that, for people who are just joining us, anyone who gets in on that auction can then bid. And every 30 minutes, it will reset if there's a bid. If there's not a bid for a whole 30 minutes, that lot will then close. I might have to eat a second dinner.
You got to be hungry, Darren.
Does Periscope have a limit?
It definitely does, especially when you're hungry.
No, I wonder if Periscope's gonna. All right, I'm trying to. Okay. So like so I was in Chicago from 1996 to 2000. There was this kid who would go to all the charitables auctions, which, that's where you could get a Jordan jersey, and literally would buy every Jordan jersey for like $5,000. And I was like, where did you get this money? And he's like, I take Pokemon cards that are sold to Toys R Us, know when it's coming in, tip the guy there, buy thousands and thousands of Pokemon cards, and then I sell them. This is classic arbitrage. I sell them to the hobby shops, each pack for 15 cents more. And when you do it thousands and thousands and thousands of times, the kid was making thousands of dollars. But I love his business savvy. Anyone could say, oh, well, I knew this Jordan memorabilia was going to blow up. But, this kid then reinvested, and he's made a lot of money. I sat next to him on the plane a couple years ago. I was like, wow, you had that foresight. You definitely did. We have the Bulls, this jersey up right now, the 96, 97. So there's a lot of photo matching services. Like when you go up, like it says, like they try to match the positioning. There is actually a lot of variance between jerseys. Like people would say, like, well, why do you need a photo match? Like, doesn't it look like it? Well, they usually do circles around how close, say, the B or the S is to the trim of the jersey. There is some variance on centering. There's some variance on certain lines. The tailoring on the bottom usually says kind of what year it is and who it was tailored for. But again, you need to try to match us to a date. For the Michael Jordan jerseys that have sold for a lot of money, it is almost always tied to the charitables. The charitables is the Bulls charity that really sold a lot of Michael Jordan jerseys. Not a lot, a good amount in the late 90s. And it says what game it is. It affirms that the Bulls had the jersey and they're selling it to someone. Short of that, there's a lot of things, I would love to have the warm-up in this auction. There's a Michael Jordan warm-up. Sometimes there's just not enough for people to push the button on. And in this case, for me, I just wouldn't push the button on it because it looks perfect, but there's not dual layers of authenticity.
So when you're looking at that Jordan jersey, you're trying to make sure that you've got matched games, right? Like when he's like played in those, or they're game worn, or they can like
right. So there's
that he was in that position.
Yeah. So there's companies like MyGray, other photo matchers that basically say give you a photo and it's provided. So in the auction website, so on this website, they have circles. They show where it's from. It helps that this pinstripe jersey wasn't worn a million times, so it narrowed it down. And they actually narrowed it down that the Bulls jersey and shorts were in fact worn on April 13th, but the shorts were actually worn in 11 other games. There is a Kobe jersey here, lot number 2, where they've matched it to 3 games. Again, you're like, wait a second. It's a yellow 24 Kobe jersey. Like, how is it only matched to 3 games? Wouldn't it match to nearly 41 of them? Right? Like, and that just goes to show you the great variance in how things go. So the price is often determined by that. If you can say when a shoe was worn in a certain game. So there's a lot of things in this auction where when Kobe did his deal with Panini, there you go. Yeah. From a 44-point game. When Kobe did his deal with Panini, he had to give them a certain number of shoes. And when you look at those shoes, Kobe has inscribed on there what date he played, how many points he had. And I think there's 2 things. I think one is the people are excited about the fact that it's connected to games. Then other people are like, wait a second, it was such a transaction. It was such a transaction that maybe there's too many of these Kobe things around. You understand, Ev, the two
of course.
kind of the push and pull of that. I was bidding on one of the Kobe shoes that is now at $20,000 before buyer's premium. I am not ready for that. But there is a Kobe ticket in this auction, which it's his last game signed ticket. I had paid $3,900 for it, authenticated by Panini and PSA DNA. This one was at $4,500 raw and not authenticated in a case. So I'm feeling good about that purchase. In fact, I'm thinking about, and I'm telling the world about this, but I'm thinking about doubling down and buying that second one. There are only 13 of those on PSA DNA or PSA. There's only 13 of those tickets. So I would add 14 to the population, and I would own basically 1/7 of the 2 out of 14.
Yeah, curious, like for me, someone who doesn't understand this, and maybe someone out there, can you go through PSA for a second for us? Like, why is that important when you're doing this?
All right. So PSA, they analyze, they're the best in class analyzing autographs and analyzing, they do tickets, they do items. And so they're the best in class. So it's either them or Beckett Grading Services for cards. There's also SGC. But PSA is kind of the most recognized and does the best in terms of eBay sales. So you see on the 86, 87 Fleer case, right? So it's telling you that the pack, this tells you once they put it in that seal, they are saying it is genuine. That is them saying it is genuine. They will not put anything in a seal that is not genuine. They reject cards. So the pack is near mint to mint. It's an 8 out of 10. And then it has the barcode and a number that you can then reference it on PSA's website. Like anything, there's also been counterfeiting. People come up with counterfeit labels. So they actually have that kind of rank there. I'm going to go get something. I'll be back in 1 sec. I just realized I had something for everyone.
This is what we all live for, to be able to see Darren Rovell's Adidas closet. Lids, maybe a lids.
Okay. So make sure.
What is that?
So this is a Kobe final game ticket. It's PSA DNA, PSA. It says Lakers 101, Utah 96, Kobe Bryant, last game. It's a full, authentic stub. The ticket is full because they scanned it. I was at that game. And it's signed by Kobe. Now, this auction has it out of its case, so not in this case. And it has that the signature is JSA, which is James Spence, who's also a really good autograph guy. I like the fact, and at the time I was paying more, but I don't know if I was paying more, to be honest with you, because now it's out of its case and it's $600 more in this auction. I paid more because of this. So this basically says that the person who originally owned this ticket gave Panini, who had a submit your own program, the ticket, and it was signed by Kobe and witnessed by a representative of Panini. The one in tonight's auction has that it is affirmed by James Spence Authenticated. I just love the fact that someone said they witnessed the signature. So I was willing to pay more for that. You understand that?
And that reinforces the price and makes it worth more.
Correct. So let's go back here. Do we see any new prices coming in?
The thing I was looking at when I was showing that Fleer pack is that's up to $28,000.
Oh, it is.
In it. Yeah. Which I don't really understand. So why is it so cheap when you know you're getting the Jordan, especially the PSA?
Because it said the pack was an 8. An 8 Jordan is like could be $8,000.
Got it. Got it. Understood.
There's a huge variance between an 8 and a 10. That's why when I say this card's selling for $96,000, a guy goes, invariably someone on Twitter is going to say, "Oh my God, I have 15 of them in my house." Yeah, you do. You definitely do. But you don't have that.
And that's the biggest difficulty with all of this is the counterfeiting and trying to make sure you have the right card. Like, to me, they all look the same, but obviously thousands and thousands of dollars come between it.
One of my friends asked why I'm sweating so bad. I have a long sleeve shirt and I don't have air conditioning inside my man cave right here. Maybe I'll come back with a t-shirt. Oh God. I'm trying to get this most recent bids going. Can we get Amazon Web Services up in this piece? All right. Ev, what are you thinking? Should we come back when it's at 11 o'clock, bring people back?
Yeah, I mean, I think we should probably see where the bids come in and where the prices come, and then we can go right back live, and maybe we can even, reach out to Ken and get some information.
Got it. Okay, so let's do that. We are watching all these auction items. Everyone get the hell off the website so that I could see these things. No, just kidding. We're watching this, and we'll come back around 11 o'clock as soon as the extended bidding time hits, and we have more to talk about. Ken, do you hear us or no? So he's probably just out of the room dealing with things. Okay, we're going to sign off. Watch back on on my Twitter when we get back on. I'm going to say we'll check back in around 11 o'clock. sometime around there. Don't hold me to that exact time. And until then, this was fun, but I'd like to complete this thing because it's going to be even better if things start flying. All right, guys, we'll be back.